Hey guys, how is everybody doing? I am doing this live completely about 6 or 8 hours later than I wanted to. So you know what? That's okay. We're just going to do it anyway because that's what you've got to do. You've got to work around your schedule and timelines and client, requirements and things that you've got to get done for your clients. So this live is getting done a lot later. So earlier I was doing a live when I was at the pool working, and as soon as I started the live, within about 10 seconds, my phone completely died. I didn't realize it was that dead. I thought I could squeeze one in. So I'm just now getting to do this. So anyway, I want to talk really quick about a couple things. So you will notice a lot of my content that I publish for my personal brand, for my business, promotional e-commerce, is very, black, white, gold. That's my brand for that. My branding for the Evergreen Entrepreneur is black, white, a little bit of gold, and a little bit of the emerald color. So I try to differentiate my brand, but I try to keep it kind of cohesive so that people can kind of understand my brand and they can see some similarities with a little bit of distinction. So I want to talk a little bit about what my live is going to be about tomorrow, just to give you an idea, so maybe you can tune in tomorrow. So some of you may know, we recently located to Miami at the beginning of the year, right before COVID, and we absolutely love it here. We just love it so much. We love Miami. It's amazing. But one thing I have noticed is around the corner, a couple blocks down, Aston Martin is building a incredible building. That's all I'm gonna say. It is breathtaking, and one thing about them is that it's going to be one of the most lavish, most expensive buildings south of New York. So it's a pretty big deal. Obviously, with that kind of a brand, it's going to be pretty expensive to live in and to kind of maintain and have that on your portfolio if you choose to buy one. So tomorrow's live is going to be a little bit about something that they're working on. And so I wanted to bring this up from a marketing and branding standpoint because I think it's really important to use this exact strategy that they're doing and kind of apply it to our own individual businesses, because I think it's super smart with what they're doing. Of course, their clients are probably not your typical everyday client. We know these things. They are the top, 1% of the population with earnings and things. And so that's going to bring a different breed of requirements and different kinds of marketing strategies that you're going to use for them versus your typical clients. So that's going to be tomorrow's live. So I hope you will tune in tomorrow. I haven't quite figured out what time it'll be because I've got quite a bit of a full schedule. So it'll be whenever I can sneak it in. So anyway, so I want to talk a little bit tonight about, if you were to rate your branding, what would you give yourself a rating of? How would that look? How do you think the rating that you would give yourself would compare to the rating that your clients would give you? So let's say you were to take an analysis from somebody that doesn't even know you, and maybe it's somebody that kind of understands a little bit of what you do. But if they were to take a look at your marketing on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Pinterest, your LinkedIn, some of your other platforms, maybe you also do YouTube, maybe you also do, I'm trying to think, there's another one, Twitter. Maybe you also do Twitter. So if they were to take a look at all of your branding across all of your platforms, how would they rate you? Would it be a 3? Would it be a 10? Would it be a 7? If we are rating it from a 1 being terrible and a 10 being absolutely amazing, it's very clear with what your branding is, how do you think you would get rated? And so I encourage you to look at your branding from a very unbiased standpoint, because here's the thing: a lot of times when we create our branding and our business and things like this in our marketing, when we are the entrepreneur and we're kind of trying to do everything ourselves before we hire it out, a lot of times we're very biased. We think, oh, it's amazing, everybody knows what I do, it's super clear, it's very succinct, everybody knows what I'm going to do, they're going to just come running to me and I'm going to get tons of business. Well, sometimes that doesn't always happen, sometimes it does, but sometimes if you don't have somebody that's going to take kind of like a bird's eye view of your marketing and your branding and stuff, sometimes we can miss a lot of clients because we are not getting hey Rebecca, we are not getting a clear message across. Maybe we are not giving the audience a super clear call to action saying, hey, this is how you connect to me, this is how you can get a hold of me, you can email me, you can call me, you can message me on my social media platforms. It's super imperative that we give them a call to action, whether it's in the content block or that it is in the description. So hey, glad you're tuning in. I'm curious, where are you at? I am in Miami. It's East Coast time here, so it's about almost 2 o'clock. So hey Sandra, what's going on? So I'm glad I'm not the only one that's up late. The last couple nights I've been leaving the office at 5 in the morning, and then last night was 4:30, I think, about 5:30 when I hit the pillow. But It depends on the day and how much work I got. So my lives usually are pretty late, so I'm glad I'm not the only one up. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit more about your branding. So if you were to get an opinion from not only your from your opinion, and you were to analyze your profiles, analyze your marketing, analyze everything that you're working on to where it's from a, analyze it as if you were the client is what I'm trying to say. Oh, you're in Philly. Awesome. I love the East Coast. That's actually where I'm from. So yeah, same time zone for you. But if you were to analyze your client as if you were the client, as if you are the, you know, bystander or somebody on the outside, how would they really rate your content, your messaging, your branding, understanding what you do, how they can get a hold of you? It's important that we know how they would rate us, and then how they actually would rate us, and then also how we like our brand. Like, do we love our brand? Some of the branding that I've been doing since the beginning of this year has been a huge difference in getting clients. I mean, it has been a night and day kind of a transformation, and I've been super clear on, I'm so used to doing this for clients to where I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing this for my own brand. And so I really started to put in a little bit of time in my schedule to do my branding and my marketing, and it's been such a huge difference. So I'm telling you this because I know it works. And so the other thing is, before I wasn't 100% in love with my branding or my messaging or my content or my style or anything. I didn't really have it narrowed down. And I think because of that, I wasn't promoting it as much other than, hey, call me if you need help with this or that. And because of that, I wasn't exuding this amazing high, you know, peak of excitement about my brand or my company or my services and products. And because of that, people read that. Like, I don't know if you believe in law of attraction, but I think that's a huge thing when it comes to clients, because if they see that we are not so excited about our business, why are we gonna go work with them? We're gonna go work with somebody that's like super excited, loves what they do, and it doesn't seem like work almost. And so it's super important. And so when I kind of pivoted and tried to analyze my business as if I was my own client, that's when I started to shift and pivot in my marketing. And that's when I started to see results. And I'm not talking about one or two clients. I'm talking about a huge difference in getting clients, and not only getting clients, but getting clients consistently, getting clients that are paying, getting clients that love the work, things like that, things that are really important for business. So I only say these things to say, listen, if you're at that point, I know what that's like. It's super frustrating sometimes when we work in our business and maybe we cannot fix our own problems because we're in the weeds. As I say, I talk about this a lot. Sometimes when we are in the weeds of our own business, we can't even see our own issues or why we can't scale or why we can't grow, because we're so focused on, maybe you're super focused on, you've got to pay rent, you've got to pay the phone bill, you've got to pay utilities, you got to pay all these bills, and you got to say, I got to make this much money to make this work. And maybe we're not really focused on our business at that point. I've been at that point before years ago, and it's a very it's not fun, you know what I mean? And so I hope that if you're at that point, that you get out of it and you can get to that point where you love your work. A lot of people that that I work very close with, or they're in my kind of like small circle or whatever, they know that I work a ton of hours. It's usually, you know, lately it's been about 16, 18-hour days. I know that's not feasible. I know that's not healthy. I swear that my business should be sponsored by like Red Bull and Monster, because that's what I run on a lot of times, or Herbalife. But here's the thing. I enjoy my work so much more because I'm so clear on my messaging and branding, or I'm trying to be. And so I think because of that, I get a lot more of the clients that I really enjoy working with. And because of that, I'm able to put so much more time and energy into my business, and it seems effortless. Like a 12-hour day could fly by and it feels like a 4-hour day. Like, I don't know how it is, but it just is. Sometimes here recently where I've been working, and not a whole lot of 18-hour days, but quite a bit, probably more than it needs to be. And so those days fly by. And so it's like, I hope if you have ever been in a spot where you've never enjoyed what you're doing, I hope you can get to that point to where you love what you're doing, where it flies by. Am I recommending 18-hour days and 16-hour days? No, it's not feasible. I'm able to do it at the moment because it's just kind of what my business needs, and I love the point that I'm at in my business, so I do it. But going forward, when it comes to your marketing and your branding, I want to encourage you that if you're not getting the clients that you want, you're not getting the results, you're not getting calls, you're not getting emails, people aren't messaging you, you know, to work with you and things like this, try something different. Reach out to somebody and say, hey, listen, can you look at my marketing? Can you look at my Facebook posts in the last 30 days, 60 days, 9 months, you know, whatever, and see if your branding is consistent. Make sure that people understand how, you know, how to get a hold of you, what you do, why they need to come to you. Make sure that you're also having clear, actionable results in your marketing. Make sure that you are itemizing like what your clients' pain points are and why you're the solution. One thing I see when I start working with a new client usually is they're not going live. They're not not identifying who they are, their experience, their education, why they're the ideal person to work with. And that is so critical. And the reason I say lives beyond just posting content is because we feed off of a lot of the people that we like, know, and trust, or the people we can relate to, or the people that maybe we can imagine conversating with in person. And so if we are just throwing up graphics on our Facebook or our social media platforms, that's great. It gives some type of impression to your clients. The problem with that is that there's not that human connection. And so I want to bring this up because I think it's super important. But Jake Anderson had just recently launched his podcast talking about introspective, and so how it's so important to have that human connection. And I think right now, while we're on quarantine and things like that, I'm on my balcony, but I think a lot of us are probably going to go like stir crazy in the next couple weeks if we just, things don't change. And so I understand that. So it's so important to let people see you, let people understand how you I don't want to say walk, move, and talk, but basically what it's like to work with you, because they don't get that opportunity behind a graphic. They don't get that opportunity behind an image. They don't get that opportunity to get to see how you are to work with, or how you conversate, or how your thought process is in business. And so it's so important, if you're not getting those results, to try to start doing lives. If you're doing lives daily right now, try to do lives twice daily. Make sure that you're posting to some Facebook groups. I can't state this enough, probably because I run 95% of my business off of Facebook. That's where I get all of my leads. It's all organic. I don't do any kind of Facebook ads or anything like that. I've considered it, but at this point, I enjoy the organic. I enjoy the organic way a lot more, because I get to actually engage with people and get to know a little bit more of like who they are, where they found me, and things like that, rather than just doing ads. I'll do ads eventually, but not at this moment. So if you're not doing posting in different kinds of groups and stuff, you've got to do it. Like, there's so many groups that I'm a part of, probably too many, but there's so many groups that I'm a part of where I'll constantly try to post in daily and just say, hey, put out some type of value that people can go, oh my God, she's reading my mind. I was just thinking that. And so if you don't know what to post, reach out to somebody. You're welcome to reach out to me. I'm happy to reach out and give you some ideas of maybe you need some talking points. Over in my Facebook group, Evergreen Entrepreneur, I posted at the beginning on August 1st. I think it was August 1st, August 2nd. And I gave 30 talking points that you can talk about to go live. So it's going to help you guys kind of generate some ideas of, how do you need to talk about maybe your brand. It'll give you 15 ideas about that, and then it'll give you 15 ideas about your value. I have to think about it for a second because I haven't looked at it in about 2 weeks. But I want you to take a look at that. If you kind of are running out of ideas of what to talk about when it comes to going live, maybe you're like, I feel like I've said the same thing in most of my lives, and you want some fresh ideas, go over to the Facebook group. It's Evergreen Entrepreneur. Grab that. It's a free downloadable file, and it's going to help you guys kind of generate some ideas. And then here in a couple days, on the 15th, I'm going to give you 30 more options that I'll talk about. This will go a little bit more into what your offer will be, and it will go a little bit more into like your products and services, a little bit deeper into like what it's like to work with you and stuff like that. So you'll have 10 to 15 topics out of those next 2 sections, and so that will help you hopefully generate some ideas. So if you are super new to going live, I don't know who's joining, I just see the number 4. So whoever you are, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're working late, or maybe it's early where you're at. When I do some meetings with some of my team members, they are on the other side of the world, so it is almost morning where they are at. But so wherever you're joining, I'm glad you're here. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Reach out. I'm super happy to help you out. If you have some questions, maybe you're just like, hey, can you look at some of my lives and see if I'm conveying a clear message of what I do and how I help people. I'm happy to take a look at it. It's something I've been doing for a long time, so maybe I can offer you some type of peace of mind, or some type of trick or something like that I think could help you maybe get some more clients, or get that phone ringing off the hook, or maybe get some more emails. But I hope you will join me tomorrow. And like I say, I want to talk a little bit about Aston Martin's marketing strategy right now, and why it probably is going to work for the very elite of the population. We'll just say that. So, but anyway, they've got a little marketing strategy going on where they will throw in a free Aston Martin. So I will talk about that tomorrow. I hope you guys have a really great afternoon, evening, morning, night, wherever you're tuning in from. But if you have any questions, drop them here in the comments, and then before I get off, I will try to address them. Oh, good. I'm glad. Do you have any questions, Rebecca, before I hop off that I can answer for you? Tell me a little bit about your business. I would love to know a little bit more. I'm sure we've probably conversated at some point, and so remind me a little bit, because I've got so many groups that I'm a part of. There's several female entrepreneur groups that I'm a part of, and so I garner like a lot of friends through there. There's also a couple entrepreneurship groups and small business groups that I'm a part of, or pages, and so I think I'm pretty close to the 5,000 mark. Again, I keep like going, you know, dipping below that mark or whatever, so I can make room for some new friends. So I'm not sure where we had gotten to be friends, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching, and we'd love to know just a little bit more about your business. But yeah, if something's not working, definitely try something else. Just letting, oh, that's so cute. Well, I'm glad I could chatter your ear off. Hopefully I've given you a couple helpful tips, and like I say, if you need anything, reach out. I'm gonna let you go so you can get your little one to sleep. That's awesome. I just have a little four-legged little one. He's just kind of over here crashing. He loves to come out on the balcony, I think because the balcony is like really cool with the breeze and stuff. He'll come out here and just lay and nap, and I don't think if I was to show you right now, you would just see a very dark blob, but he's just over there kind of chilling out. There he is. Hey, Oscar. He loves to come out here. This is Miami, by the way. That is the port of Miami. Now they don't have any cruise ships in, but he cracks me up because he will come out here, and it can be like kind of hot and humid out here, but he will come out here and he stays out here just because I'm out here. It's the sweetest little thing, and he'll stick his little nose out trying to, like, if he hears the dogs barking across the way or whatever, he'll try to get to him. It's so funny. But anyway, well, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna get some more work done, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a really good evening or morning wherever you're tuning in from. So take care.